From southern Ontario to PEI, Environment Canada has issued severe weather warnings. The system is dumping a mix of snow, ice pellets, and freezing rain. And it's creating havoc on what is supposed to be the busiest travel weekend. There are already delays at major airports in Toronto, Montreal, New York, and Chicago. We begin our coverage with Mike Drolet.
The first day of winter brought a blast of ice and cold to a large swath of the U.S. and Canada. As far south as Oklahoma, freezing rain coated the roads, causing a slew of accidents. That same system worked its way through the Midwest towards the Great Lakes. The timing couldn't have been worse for one of the busiest travel weekends of the year.
Temperatures will be falling, and they will be doing so very quickly.
Possibly a couple thunderstorms as that front makes its way through the area.
In Toronto, a sheet of ice coated the city last night, potentially offering a glimpse of what's to come. And as temperatures dropped, an all-day drizzle froze, turning branches white with ice. Pretty now, potentially hazardous as more rain falls. The ice was worse to the east in Kingston, where entire streets were turned into ice rinks. Impossible for cars to navigate, perfect for those with skates. Central and Western Canada didn't need a reminder winter was here. It's been gripped in a deep freeze for the last month. In Calgary, trucks jackknifed and cars spun out on slick roads. In Winnipeg, temperatures dropped to -29, with the wind chill tonight, -43. Cold enough to be classified as an extreme wind chill.
I put on 2 pairs of pants and ski pants, a shirt, a sweater, and a jacket, a hat, and boots.
So where would you rather be today?
Probably Texas.
As harsh as it was today, Eastern Ontario is bracing for more, as one of the most significant ice storms in recent years works its way through. Mike Drolet, Global News, Toronto.
Let's check in with Global News meteorologist Debbie Newfort now with more on the storm. Debbie?
Robin, we have a stationary boundary that extends all the way from the south-central U.S. northeastward all the way to Atlantic Canada. We have all types of precipitation taking place along that boundary, from rain to freezing rain, snow and ice pellets. And we have weather warnings for every type of weather, including the threat of tornadoes across the United States, and several weather warnings in effect from Ontario through Quebec and into the Maritimes. To add to all of this, we've got a potent storm that is now starting to move out of Oklahoma. It's going to track north and east and start to push toward the Great Lakes later this evening. As it does, it's going to tap into a lot of moisture from the Gulf of Mexico and push that northward. And that's going to mix with temperatures near the freezing mark or just below across parts of Ontario, Quebec, and the Maritimes, leading to prolonged periods of freezing rain. The bulk of the precipitation will move in later this evening and continue until the first half of the day tomorrow. And we've got freezing rain warnings, winter storm, snowfall, and even rainfall warnings in effect from Ontario through to eastern Canada. There is concern that this will be likely a major ice storm with as much as 20 to possibly 40 millimeters of freezing rain. That's more than an inch of ice, and that is more than enough to bring down trees and limbs onto power lines and create widespread, if not long-lasting, power outages.